Hey everyone, if you're collecting Social Security benefits, whether that's SSI, SSDI, or retirement, you need to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. There are some major changes coming to how millions of Americans receive their monthly payments. And yes, this is happening. This isn't speculation or rumors floating around Facebook. This is real information that you need to know about. Now, I know change makes people nervous, especially when we're talking about money you depend on to survive. Your Social Security check isn't play money. It's your rent, it's your groceries, it's your medications. So when the government starts talking about changing payment schedules, I completely understand why that triggers anxiety. But I promise, once you understand what's actually happening here, you'll see why some of this might actually work in your favor. So let me break down exactly what's being discussed, who it affects, when these changes might roll out, and most importantly, what you need to do right now to prepare. Here's the situation. The Social Security Administration has been dealing with massive payment processing backlogs and system inefficiencies for years now. Anyone who's tried to get through to them on the phone knows exactly what I'm talking about. You're on hold for 2 hours, get disconnected, and have to start all over again. It's been a nightmare. Well, part of the reason for those delays has been their outdated payment distribution system. Right now, the way payments go out is complicated. SSI recipients get paid on the first of the month, unless that's a weekend or holiday, then it comes early. SSDI recipients get paid based on their birthday. And retirement benefits follow yet another schedule. Then you've got survivor benefits, disability benefits for children, and all these different programs running on different timelines. What's being proposed now is streamlining the entire system to reduce errors, minimize delays, and create more consistency across the board. The goal is to bring all Social Security payments onto a unified platform that processes faster and more reliably. According to what's being discussed, they're looking at implementing a new digital payment infrastructure that could reduce the number of delayed payments significantly. That's huge. That means fewer people waiting an extra week wondering where their check is. Fewer people calling in panicked because their money didn't show up when expected. And fewer people getting hit with late fees because their payment arrived after their bills were due. Let's talk numbers because this affects a massive portion of the American population. We're talking about approximately 67 million people who receive some form of Social Security benefit. That includes about 8 million SSI recipients who are elderly, blind, or disabled with very limited income and resources. These folks are living on an average of around $698 a month. That's it. That's what they're surviving on. Then you've got roughly 9 million SSDI recipients. These are people who worked and paid into Social Security but became disabled and can no longer work. They're getting an average of about $1,537 a month. For many, that's their only income. No other job, no wealthy family supporting them. Just that check every month. And then there are nearly 50 million retirement beneficiaries. People who worked their entire lives and are now living on Social Security retirement benefits. Some of them have pensions or savings, but for about 40% of elderly Americans, Social Security makes up at least half of their income. For many, it's literally everything. So when we talk about changes to the payment system, we're not talking about some small government program. We're talking about the financial lifeline for tens of millions of Americans. This is serious stuff. Here's what you need to know about timing. From what's being discussed, these changes could start rolling out in phases beginning in early 2026 and continuing through the end of that year. They're not going to flip a switch overnight and change everything at once. That would be chaos. The plan seems to be doing this region by region. If you're in certain states, you'll likely see changes earlier than others. The exact state-by-state timeline hasn't been finalized yet, but what's being proposed is that everyone would receive written notice at least 90 days before any changes affect their specific account. That's 3 full months of advance warning. During the transition period, some recipients might experience slight delays or changes to their usual payment date. There's discussion about providing emergency payment options for anyone who experiences hardship because of transition delays. That means if your payment gets messed up during the switchover and you can't pay your rent, there's supposed to be a process to get emergency funds. Whether that actually works smoothly remains to be seen, but at least it's being talked about. Okay, so beyond the technical improvements, what does this mean for you in practical terms? First, more consistency. Once this system is fully implemented, your payment should arrive on the exact same day every single month with very few exceptions. No more guessing. No more checking your bank account 7 times a day starting 3 days before you think it should hit. Second, faster problem resolution. Right now, if there's an issue with your payment, it can take weeks to sort out. The new system is supposed to have automated error detection that flags problems immediately and routes them to a caseworker faster. Again, we'll see if that actually happens, but that's what's being proposed. Third, better communication. There's talk of an improved online portal where you can see your payment schedule for the entire year, get alerts when payments are processed, and track the status of any issues in real time. This could be huge for people who have been in the dark about what's happening with their money. And fourth, improved direct deposit reliability. The new system is being designed to reduce the number of payments that get bounced back or delayed because of bank issues. More people should get their money on time, every time. Listen, I don't care how busy you are or how much you hate dealing with government stuff. You need to take action on this. Here's your checklist. Number 1. Create or log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov if you don't have one yet. Set it up this week. This is where you'll get updates about your specific payment schedule and any changes coming your way. It takes maybe 15 minutes to set up and it'll save you hours of sitting on hold later. Number 2. Make absolutely sure the Social Security Administration has your current address on file. If you've moved in the last year and didn't update your address, do it immediately. You can do this online, by phone, or in person at your local office. Those 90-day advance notices I mentioned? They're useless if they get sent to your old apartment. Number 3. Verify your direct deposit information. Log in and double-check that the bank account and routing number on file are correct. If you've switched banks or closed an account, update it now. Do not wait. A payment sent to a closed account during this transition could take weeks to recover. Number 4. Start building a small buffer if you possibly can. I know that's easier said than done when you're already stretched thin. But even if you can set aside $5 a week between now and early 2026, that's something. That's a cushion for if there are hiccups during the transition. Food banks, community assistance programs, church pantries, anything you can access now to build up a tiny emergency fund could be a lifesaver next year. If you're barely making ends meet right now, please hear me on this. There are programs out there that can help you that you might not even know exist. SNAP benefits for food assistance. LAHEAP for heating and cooling bills. Medicaid if you don't already have it. State pharmaceutical assistance programs if your medications are expensive. If you're a veteran, contact the VA immediately. You might qualify for additional benefits on top of your Social Security. The VA has programs for everything from home modifications to caregiver support to additional financial assistance. And if you're struggling with medical debt, look into hospital charity care programs and medication assistance programs directly from pharmaceutical companies. A lot of people don't know these exist, but they're out there. Look, I'm not going to stand here and tell you this is going to be smooth sailing. Government system overhauls have a history of being messy. There will probably be glitches. Some people will have problems. Payments might get delayed for some folks during the transition. That's the reality. But I also think it's important to acknowledge that the current system has been failing people for years. If this modernization actually works the way they say it will, it could mean fewer headaches, more predictability, and less stress for millions of people who are already dealing with enough. You've made it through every challenge thrown at you so far. You've figured out how to survive on limited income in an expensive world. You've navigated government bureaucracy and advocated for yourself. And you'll get through this transition too. Stay informed, stay prepared, and remember, you're not in this alone. Millions of people are in the same boat, and we're all trying to figure it out together. If this video was helpful, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss updates as more information comes out. Drop a comment and let me know, are you on SSI, SSDI, or retirement benefits? Are you worried about these changes or do you think it might actually help? I read every comment. And check out my other videos on maximizing your Social Security benefits and emergency assistance programs. There's more help available than you might think. Thanks for watching, and remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand about what's coming, the better you can prepare. Take care of yourself.